Hey, are you a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional? If so, we want you to apply to be a featured guest on our show. My name is Adam Torres, and I host the Mission Matters series of podcasts. I've recorded over 3,000 episodes, and we are just getting started. How do you know if you'd be a good guest to be on the show? Well, only one way to find out, and that's to apply, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We want guests that have a story to tell, guests with a brand, a product, or a service that can benefit my audience of listeners. If this sounds like you, go to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. I'd love to talk to you and get to know more about your story. Again, head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Marlon Medina on the line. He's a digital marketing partner over at Golden Medina Services. Marlon, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It is an absolute pleasure to be here, and hopefully I can give you some nuggets of knowledge for the audience to listen to.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about. And we got a great topic today. So what's the big deal about social media marketing? And excited to get into that with you. And just to get us kicked off, I'll start with our signature question. So, Marlon, we at Mission Matters, we amplify stories for entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. So that's our mission here. What mission matters to you?
Hey, great question. You know, the mission that matters to me is helping businesses thrive and stay alive. See, if it rhymes, it works. But thrive and stay alive is really our motto. It's what we have really worked on over the years. And over the time, you know, it's become a lot more personal to me. You see, a vast majority of business owners don't know how to navigate the basics of digital marketing, let alone launch a successful marketing strategy. So that's what Golden Medina Services is here to do. We're here to help you launch those important initiatives that in some cases are what is keeping your business strong and thriving no matter what is going on in the world.
Man, this is great stuff, and happy to pick your brain here today for my audience. A lot of people listen to this to get ideas for their companies, for their businesses. So that being said, I guess first off, tell us a little bit more about Golden Medina Services.
Absolutely. So with Golden Medina Services, we're based in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yes, being in Sin City, we see a lot of different businesses. We see approaches that work really well and approaches that don't work well at all. And so what we do is we focus in on social media marketing services. So we help with the designing, the copywriting, and the deployment of that social media. Basically, we're your mini marketing team. So if you're a small business owner, without the budget of tens of thousands of dollars to hire an entire marketing department, just hire us and we'll help you get that proper traction.
Fantastic. And so what type of, just give us a little bit more of an idea of the type of clients that are correct for you or that get the most value. And I'll tell you why, because at the end of this, I'll give you an opportunity to leave, websites or however you want people to connect and follow up with you. But I want to make sure that the right types of individuals do connect. So what's typically a good fit to work with you and your team?
Great question. Typically the best fit for us are going to be individuals that are in the real estate industry. So if you're a real estate broker, real estate agent, even if you're not a real estate agent, but you're a mortgage lender, title insurance, if you deal with anything within that housing, mortgage sector, we really have a handle on that, especially in the Las Vegas market, the Southern Nevada market. We understand the ins and outs. No matter what's happening with the economy, we have a content plan for you.
Fantastic. All right, so let me ask you the obvious here. So, why should business owners really be focused on their online presence nowadays?
Hey, Adam, great question. So, in order to care about your online presence, you have to care about sales. And so it's a given. If you care about the sales of your company, you will care about your online presence because the two are directly tied, and there's no way around it. As a business owner, if you owned a restaurant, let's say, and $10,000 worth of your signage just fell down onto the street, you would want to drop everything and fix it right away. Moreover, let's say if your dining area at a restaurant suddenly flooded, customers freaking out, running out everywhere, you want to do everything in your power to stop that disaster, right? And so the same thing applies for online presence. If you're worried about your physical marketing assets being destroyed, your business being totally in whack, then you should care about the online presence, because it really does hold that same value nowadays, especially if you're transitioning to being an online only, delivery only, online appointment type of business. If your online presence is incorrect or misleading, you are missing out on sales. And that's why you should care.
So what do you find that because I think some people are coming around, and more people finally are really starting to take this thing of social media seriously, especially for some of the more traditional businesses that maybe in the past didn't really do so much social media. What do you find that a lot of people, and I know it's going to vary, right, from person to person, company to company, but what do you find are some of the common mistakes that people are out there making?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that I see people do is they try to be carbon copies of each other. They'll see maybe another local person in their market doing well and posting a certain type of content, and they'll say, you know what, if I just do a cookie cutter approach, kind of just a copy and paste, and sometimes quite literally they're taking a screenshot of that content and pasting their logo over and pushing it out, that provides some type of equivalent to a marketing campaign. And you know what? It really doesn't, because your business is as unique as you are. You think of it just like a fingerprint. No one has the same fingerprint. No one should try to have the same look and feel if you're, a separate business. You have to have that uniqueness about you. And I think that's a real big mistake when people do that, because nowadays consumers are really smart, and they can tell when you're being authentic or when you're just trying to push out what you're pushing out, not because you're passionate about it, but because you think it's trending. Big difference there.
Can you tell me about some big wins that you've seen in the past? I mean, and the reason why I want to add some wins to this is because we know what happens when somebody doesn't do it. We know that there's a lot of, potential, lost opportunity, right? But what's the ROI potential of somebody actually taking the time, going through this? Because I'm biased. I mean, on our end, obviously, it's our business and this is what we do. So we're a media company. So I'm biased, and I see our revenue, and I see, a lot of it comes from social media. So I get it, but that's our business, right?
Right.
So what do you see on the outside, working with other real estate people and things like that? What's the potential of people going down this path and spending the time to figure it out?
In short answer, the ROI is limitless. And I say limitless because it is so far from traditional media in the past. If anyone has ever had a negative experience with traditional media, let's say that billboard didn't get you the traction that you needed, maybe that direct mail didn't resonate right with your local residents, well, social media is a different animal completely, because let's say when you're doing something like a billboard, you are limited to your ROI based on the immediate visibility of that billboard. That's the extent. If you want to get more ROI on your billboard, you have to cough up more money and put up another billboard. But social media is different, because as long as you keep producing quality content, these social media algorithms, I'm sure the audience has heard the word algorithm so many times, but basically it distributes out your content, and your social media platforms actually reward you when your content is high quality. So to add on, what are people saying? What are some of the victories? I just had a client reach out to me probably around a month or so, and we haven't had her for that long. We only had her for around, let's say, 90 days or so. And she just was almost to the point of just jumping in the air. I'm sure she was, but I was talking to her via phone, and she's like, you know what, guys, I just wanted to tell you that you have made such a huge difference in my business. you have tripled my business, tripled my pipeline. And, to hear something like that, it really is heartwarming to know that we are making a difference, whether there are worldwide catastrophes or not. If you put in that work and if you partner up with the right marketing partner, you can still grow amidst whatever is going on in the world. And I think that's what I'd like to end it with.
Fantastic. No, this has been great, Marlon. And I know we basically just scratched the surface on your knowledge. I can talk to you about this all day long. I know you know what you're doing over there. But I want to provide. So what's one tip? Just one thing that somebody can. I'm all about action. So what's one thing that somebody can do like today to start going down this path of thinking about social media in the correct manner?
Well, listen, I think the one thing that someone should do is to not be afraid to reach out to a professional. Lots of business professionals out there are willing to give you some free consultation, some free advice. It just so happens that I'm one of those. So if you are listening right now and you are really curious about, what we spoke of in this conversation and want to learn more about digital marketing, hit us up. We're here to help.
Fantastic. And so, Marlon, what's the best way for people to connect with you and your team?
All right. So if you want to search up our website, you can go to www.goldenmedina.business. Or if you're on Instagram, you can see a lot of the great campaigns that we push out. We showcase a lot of our clients so you can have a real feel for the work that we do. We are at Golden Medina Services. That's our handle on Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, Marlon, great having you on the show today. It's been a pleasure. I'm excited to see you continue to thrive and grow your business and to help many real estate professionals and small business owners. So great stuff there. Leave your website from one more time.
goldenmedina.business.
Fantastic. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you learned a lot. If you did, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. We definitely want you to be a return listener and a return visitor. And don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely leave us some comments on that video too. We want to keep the conversation going in marketing. We love connecting with our audience. And Marlon, thanks again for coming to the show. It has been a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. Anytime. Thank you so much.